Welcome, Denome. It has been a while since I made a crypto update last time. The reason was that I was on a holiday, and what a holiday it was, just looking at all of the markets basically melting upwards, and I was making more money than I was spending each and every single day. So that was an amazing holiday, but now for this video, we will look at fundamental analysis, basically what whales are doing and what other Bitcoiners are doing with on-chain data. We will also take a look at the technical analysis to basically determine if we are still on the way to $90,000 Bitcoin price, which is the target for this inverse head and shoulders pattern that I showed you in my previous crypto update. Now, before we get started, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and you can also leave a comment down below this video if you like my analysis and if you like this kind of content. All of that helps boost the algorithm that other people see that we are now bullish for Bitcoin, and you can push the price higher. And also, as you know, I am affiliated with Bybit, and I am happy to say that I have now made more than 100% gains on my um, account here, which I started roughly 1 month ago on the 3rd of October. As you can see, I made a few blunders here with my trades, unfortunately, but all in all, it has been quite a funny ride so far, and I hope to keep this up. And if you want to use Bybit, which is, in my opinion, one of the best places to trade Bitcoin and altcoins, you can use the code denome to get a 10% discount on your first 30 days, and you can get up to $30,000 in welcome rewards after you signed up. And also, there's a $500 airdrop campaign with Bybit that you are eligible for if you use my affiliate link as well. That was my promotion for this video. Now let's actually just jump into the data. And in this video, I will not talk about the news. And the reason I will not talk about the news is that it's mostly just about the elections. So looking at fundamentals on-chain data, the most important thing is to look at the supply on exchanges, the supply of Bitcoin on exchanges. So even though we saw this massive pump to 73,000K and a little bit higher, what we see is more Bitcoin is being taken out of exchanges. And this is extremely bullish long term, or fundamentally bullish, because it means that people are not depositing Bitcoin onto exchanges where usually they want to trade Bitcoin to something else like stablecoins or whatever. When you see Bitcoin being taken out of exchanges instead, that means they actually want to hold it long term. So it seems like there's a FOMO of people wanting to buy Bitcoin before it breaks to new all-time highs. So this is exactly what we want to see. Next up, when we go and take a look at the amount of stablecoins on the market, that has now started to climb to the upside once again. And this is fundamentally bullish also. And then when we take a look at old wallets, mostly the wallets that have held Bitcoin for more than 3 years, this blue line here, you can see absolutely no sell pressure from old holders. So these people, even at the previous all-time high, still don't want to sell their Bitcoin. This means that they are expecting Bitcoin to break previous all-time highs as well. This is exactly what we want to see. The only downside I see, basically looking at the miner wallets, is that we are seeing a steady outflow from miner wallets to other wallets. So they are basically steadily selling their reserves of Bitcoin to the market. And this is not what we want to see, but it is what it is. At least it doesn't show any like panic selling even at these highs. You see some volatility here, but all in all, I would say this is neutral. Eventually, when they stop selling once again, then if the demand stays the same, then Bitcoin should go to the upside. So miners have been selling, while it seems like almost everybody else has not been selling. And then we are seeing some people basically take out profits. So you can see a lot of Bitcoin is exchanging hands here. So you can see the wallets of people who have 100 to 1000 Bitcoin, they have gone up, or the amount of Bitcoin that they hold has gone up. But Bitcoin held by 1 Bitcoin to 100 Bitcoin wallets, they have basically been selling their Bitcoin, and then these mega whales have sold, but then these 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin holders have been buying. So we were basically seeing a distribution of Bitcoin across different wallet sizes here, which is interesting to see, but it doesn't really give me any reason to panic or anything like that. It simply means that people who want to take profits are taking profits, but there's also buyers there waiting to basically buy the sell pressure. So this can go on for quite a while, and it doesn't mean that we will break new all-time highs in the immediate term either. But going into the ETF side of holders, the total amount of Bitcoin held by ETFs across the planet, it peaked here at 1,150,100,000 Bitcoin. Then we saw some sell pressure, but now we saw some buy pressure here once again. And again, simply the fact that we are basically at a previous all-time high, but ETFs are not panic selling Bitcoin here, that is giving me confidence that even the ETFs are now expecting the new all-time highs in the near term. So this is also bullish in my opinion. The only really, let's say, not bullish thing that I saw is when we go and take a look at the liquidation heat map. So unfortunately, at least on the 3-day view, you can see there's a lot of liquidity going all the way down to like 67,700 or even $67,600. But there's not a lot of liquidity above the previous or the previous all-time high. So what this kind of signals to me is that maybe we have one more dip to the downside, because this is where the liquidity is at, and then maybe some people, they want to take out their profits out of or they want to close out their longs until the election shenanigans are done with, because we are starting to see some election shenanigans already. Virginia, for example, they actually had a Supreme Court decision which went 6-3 that illegal citizens are to be taken out of the voter rolls. So a lot of shenanigans and videos are now circulating. I think at least half of them are fake, if not 90%, but some real things are also happening there. So let's see how the election goes. But finally, when we do have the winner, maybe then Bitcoin will actually start, shooting to the upside in the real sense. So until then, there's a potential chance that we do go for one more round for dips and then we shoot higher. I think there's a lot of people basically just itching to get this dip, me included, by the way. So now taking all of these into account and looking at the chart here, what we are seeing is, first of all, we have this momentum, steady momentum going to the upside. And this momentum is important that it is steady. We are not seeing any bearish divergences, anything like that. It's just, a steady train going to the upside. And we had the pattern that signaled 90K. So that is still where I think Bitcoin price will go. But when we zoom in here, we are currently seeing this triangle pattern here. And this could break to basically either side, to the upside or to the downside. But honestly, when I look at these triangles, it's like 50-50. It can go either way. First, I thought this would actually break to the upside when I saw this, but now it's kind of like, it could be a triangle like this also. So for now, I don't have any open positions. I am waiting that Bitcoin price reaches 73,700, which is when I will make a massive buy order to buy Bitcoin, because I want to ride the wave to the upside. And also because of the liquidation data, I have buy orders here at 71,000, 70,500, 70,000, and even all the way down to 69,600. Basically to the same level as this peak here, and I expect the price to hold there. But now I'm not 100% sure. So I'm thinking to actually lower my uh, uh, positions here, and I want to probably make even more buy orders ready here at 68,700 and even 68,200, and then have my stop loss roughly at 67,000 and what is this, $400, because this is already where most of the liquidity is at. So it would make a lot of sense to actually, tag this area here. Let me draw you a box. So I will probably change my buy orders after making this video. I usually don't make. Okay, here we have it. So let me see. So a lot of the liquidity is, let me see the chart once again. What is this? 68,000, 67,900, 68,000, 67,900. So if we go to that area, we kind of break this line here, which is not what I want, but the wick could take us a little bit lower just to, scare people out. So basically below $67,500 or $400, that's where I don't think the wick will go that low. So this is a potential chance that Bitcoin will have that one more dip here, and then we have the election on November 5th. And I don't know how many days after it takes to actually announce the winner. Will it take a week? Who knows? But after the shenanigans are done, I think then we will see Bitcoin rallying to new highs. So let's see how things continue, and I hope it will be a peaceful election nonetheless. Doesn't matter who takes power. But that's Bitcoin here. There's a couple of assets I also want to touch on before I let you guys go. One is Doge. So Doge, it did exactly like we wanted, and I told you guys in my previous updates that 0.13 would be the best area to buy Doge, and that's where the price actually went. And I was riding the wave from here until 0.158, and after I saw the price actually just slow down here, I thought, okay, I'll take my profits off the table and I will buy them back at a pullback. Unfortunately for me, the price continuing to go higher. So right now, what I'm doing is I do have a small position that I left open with Doge, but I have my buy orders basically above these two peaks here, and I hope the price will give me one more entry point into Doge, and then we can fly to that $0.22 price, and it will just not fly there, with one go. So that's the situation with Doge. Doge is looking extremely, extremely nice, and I think it will fly even higher than Bitcoin once, or if Donald Trump becomes the president, because he will elect Elon Musk to have the Doge Department of Government Efficiency. The initials come to be Doge for that. So I think Doge will fly afterwards very, very high. So let's see how long I can manage to not have a high position on those. I hope I can get a little bit lower. If not, then probably above 0.181 here is where it would make a lot of sense to basically catch the next or the final way to the upside here. And then one more asset that I do want to talk about, which is the LDO USD, which I have covered in this video a few times. And for LDO, the chart looks interesting. So we are basically at this low here, and for the price, when we are on the logarithmic view, you can see that it needs to break out of this pattern here. So it may not be the best time to actually get in yet. You may want to wait out until this is actually broken to the upside. But there's a few reasons why I'm already interested in LDO. One is, if you go out from the logarithmic view, you can see that this is basically at a breakout area already. So it might break out any moment in time, anytime soon. But going back to the logarithmic view, unfortunately, that is not the case here. But that's just one reason why I'm interested in LDO at the moment. The other one is that LDO is highly correlated with Ethereum, and Ethereum basically has been lagging behind Bitcoin. So let me show you the ETH BTC chart. So Ethereum here, I shared this on X, and I said that this looks like a wet fart. So when we take a look at the weekly view, I showed you that is basically below this trend line here, and it's just been a sad decline against Bitcoin since basically the last 2 years. And it broke through this support area and this yellow support area, and now we're basically at this final level that it should have a bounce from. And because it's in this area, it should have a bounce. And if Ethereum bounces to the upside, LDO should pump even higher, because LDO, it offers the service of liquid staked Ethereum, and they have over $25 billion worth of Ethereum in their protocols as locked in, and they also have Matic, or the Polygon liquid stake Polygon there, but the total value is $25 billion. But the LDO market cap is only $1.1 billion. So it's almost like 25-to-1 ratio with total value locked and market cap of LDO. So if Ethereum has a major breakout against Bitcoin, then LDO should do even better than Ethereum, because LDO has lost value not only against Bitcoin, but also lost a lot of value against the price of Ethereum. So if you believe Ethereum does well, I think LDO will do even better than Ethereum. So I think LDO maybe not bite immediately, but it might have some it might have a breakout. And here, looking at the RSI, at least on the weekly view, we have a bullish divergence here. As you can see, the RSI is trending to the upside, while the price has been trending to the downside. So I don't know, LDO just looks extremely nice to me. So just wanted to share in this video as well. But that's all of the news. I think we are still headed to the Bitcoin 90K. It looks like that the whales are not selling. All of the data kind of points towards the upside, especially if Donald Trump gets elected. I think Bitcoin will shoot up and Doge will shoot up. If, however, Kamala Harris is getting elected, I don't know what will happen with price. So it's a little bit uncertain what's going on. Let me know in the comments, by the way, if you are taking your money out until the election is done, or if you are just, you don't care about the election outcome, or you're just gonna keep your money inside the ecosystem even during the election. I'm very curious to hear what your opinions are on this. But that's everything I wanted to share in this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.